Several residents in Arlington experienced a surprising power surge earlier this week, leaving some households without power over the weekend. We went to investigate, and this is what we discovered happened.
The lights in the house started to flare, kind of like raising and lowering, and pulsing, basically. It was pulsing. Of course, what leaps to mind is you think there's something wrong with your house. So I'm thinking, are we shorting something out? Are we doing something like our appliance has failed? I start looking around, trying to unplug things, what's going on? The lights kept doing that. It didn't stop. And we've had power outages before where the lights might pop up and on and off or something, but that was not the case.
Carrie Abukalov came home on a Saturday evening when things started to get a little peculiar with their electricity, just moments after she and her husband entered their home. Eventually, the odor of an electrical smoke filled the home and the family had to evacuate.
We grabbed the cell phone, called 911, and they advised us to get out of the house immediately. So we waited outside. It was very dramatic. They came with their axes and torches. By this point, it was dark. They looked around. They discovered underneath his desk there's a power strip, and the power strip had obviously basically combusted. It smelled strongly, and there was a scorch mark on the floor around right where the power strip had been.
That was just Carrie's home. Moments later, the Arlington Fire Department got called back to the same neighborhood once again for similar concerns. However, damages were different among the several homes affected.
We went home. I was notified by my nephew that he had no electricity. We came home today to find out that we have a lot of burned appliances. My oven, my stove, my microwave, televisions, no cable. I don't even know what else, but it's a lot going on in my house.
And so I went through the house making sure that I had things, that other things didn't happen. And then, of course, it just continued to repeat. I called the fire department. They came down. They looked through the house. I wanted to make sure that it was safe. It wasn't going to be, it's going to burn down on me, right? So while we were walking towards the kitchen, all of a sudden, all my inserted lights went pop, 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 and there was a surge right there. In the morning, I found out the coffee maker's dead, the microwave oven, the switch on my furnace so we wouldn't have hot water, the cable's out. You know, it just did a number on all the electrical stuff. Because, you know, my house isn't surge protected, but fortunately, I had one of those surge, those plugs that have a surge protector. So my television, you know, one of the most valuable things, right, was in good shape.
What I heard is that neighbors across the street from us, they lost appliances, they had a smoking television, their microwave smoked, they had sparks coming out, they lost all of their light bulbs. All the light bulbs exploded at once, is what she told me.
Reports from the Arlington Fire Department indicate there seemed to be some sort of power surge in the area between 6:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. that night. ACMi News spoke with Eversource, and they cited that faulty wiring from a transformer box was the cause of the problem Saturday. They told ACMi News power was shut off for 15 minutes to fix the wiring. They eventually resolved the problem, they said. However, neighborhood residents tell a different story, as problems with their power persisted throughout the night. Anyone who may have been affected by the power outage may file an emergency claim on Eversource's website.